Hey guys, welcome to all to another video, and today we are going to continue the paper number 5, unit number 2, and the chapter number last, that is the functions of literature. And in the previous week on Saturday, I think I have started the definition of John Dryden in order to understand the aesthetic function of literature, and I have also explained you about the some part of the definition of John Dryden. Now let's start with the concluding part of his definition. So it is very important and very significant that the main function of literature is to delight and instruction to mankind. So delight comes from the liveliness which human nature is presented, and from the pleasure which comes from recognizing in functional character fundamental psychological truth, while the instruction is not moral instruction but instruction in the fact of human nature. So Dryden traces that one feels the emotions when the literature present the life of the people who belong to the higher ranks, example prince, princess, king, etc. So actually, according to John Dryden, the incidents and events from the higher rank, if the poet or dramatist or writer is representing in his or her literary work of art, only and then those events become the truth or image of true human nature, and then only after reading this or after watching the play the audience gets the delight and instruction. But actually he said that the lower rank people's events are not able to produce that effect. So it is wrong. I think I did not agree with the John Dryden. For example, he has given us the example that suppose there is a John who is a milkman, and Leela is a housemaid, and every day that John comes with the milk, and it is a Leela who take the milk from him because she works in a very big house in that family, and she is a servant, and it is her duty to collect all the things which come to the house. So while okay, John is also young, unmarried. Leela is also unmarried. She is also young, and while giving and taking the milk and money and all the things, they have started liking each other, and they fall in love each other. Okay, so that is the story. And if the someone the if the people from the milkman's house or John's house rejects that love, and the owner of Leela also oppose that marriage, and everything is goes wrong, and in this way last at the end of that theory, if the both the John and Leela died, nobody will get that kind of effects, the emotional effects. And that according to Dryden, not me. Okay, so Dryden is saying like that. But if the John is not a milkman but he's a king, and Leela is also not a housemaid and she is a princess, and if they fall in love, and if the kinsmen are opposing their marriages, and if the father and her brother is opposing the marriages, and if they die at the end, then and then only that kind of that the true and lively image of one nature produce, and in this way the audience or the people of reader who watch it, who read it, they will get the delight and instruction. These are the main functions, aesthetic function of literature according to John Dryden. But I disagree with that. Yes, I agree with that. The literature gives aesthetic pleasure. Aesthetic function is that to give pleasure. I agree with that, but I disagree with the selection of subject matter, selection of higher rank of John Dryden. I think nobody, the sensitive man, will not agree with him. Okay, so that was the John Dryden, and let's start with the Dr. Johnson. So you can see in your screen, Dr. Johnson was one of the greatest critics, and he was born in later part of neoclassical age, and actually from the age of 1745 to the beginning of romantic age, or until his death in 1779. This age is also known as the transition age, or the age of Dr. Johnson. So he has wrote one book. Actually he wanted to that to make some comments on William Shakespeare's play. So therefore, he wrote a book, preface to Shakespeare. So in that book, actually, again he talk about the what is aesthetic function of literature. So here, while defining the literature, while defining the drama, okay, so he gives us very important function of literature, that is nothing can please many and please long but just representation of general nature. So that is very important. Okay, the general nature is similar to Dr. John Dryden's human nature. Human nature. Okay, so general nature is equivalent to the human nature. So here nothing can please many and please long. So there is none thing in this world who can please long rather than the representation of general nature of human being. If the writer is representing the generalness of human being, then it will please many people and it will please longer than anything. So that is the major core idea of Dr. Johnson while giving this information here. So according to him, it is the duty of a poet to please, and the giving pleasure is, if not the criterion of worth in poetry. So that is the duty of poet. What is the duty of poet? It is the duty of poet to give pleasure to his audience, to give pleasure to his reader. So that is most important thing that we should understand, and that is not a criteria, that is not a criterion according to Dr. Johnson, but it is a duty, it is a compulsory duty of a poet that he should please his readers. So that is most important. So which are the general natures? General nature for Johnson, what is found in most people in most ages? What is found in most people in most ages? Everything is same. The human nature does not change. Everybody fall in love, everybody get married, everybody angry, everybody hungry, everybody thirsty, everybody have a lust, everybody have a desire. The same story is there, same marriage story, same love story, same tragic story everywhere. There is a similarities. Okay, regardless of the ages also. Okay, the person who fall in love in 1000 years ago, similarly the person in 2020 also fall in love. Okay, so these are the similar things, the values, the families, politics, economics, everything is similar. Okay, there may be the minor changes but everything is similar, and therefore there is a general nature, and therefore the human nature does not change. And if the poet represent those aspects of human nature which are common to all times and places, and in doing so present to us the reality about human nature, then man must be fundamentally the same at all the times and all the places, and they must differ only in trivialities. As I told you that there is a just minor changes, there is a minor differences between the people and their behavior and their emotions and their events and their that everything. So there is minor changes. For example, in United States of America, a man suddenly fall in love, and suddenly a girl accept her acceptance, and she suddenly agree to marry or be a girlfriend with him. But in India, it may be slightly longer. Maybe girl take a lot of time. Maybe girl, okay, you know that everything is a little bit different, but everything is same. So that is very important thing what I am talking here. Okay, and the place would give instruction to hermit. Okay, again the instruction is very important. Hermit, that is the audience, because he has lived removed from the world and is therefore ignorant of it. Okay, so now when a people came to watch plays, when you go to and watch plays and movies, you wanted to just cut out from the reality of the world. You wanted to live, you want to spend your time in something different universe, that there will no sorrows, no worries about your life, nothing. You just want to forget all these things. You just want to that live separately in separate and very ideological romantic world. So therefore you goes there. So actually this is the duty of a playwright to give instruction that how they should lead their life, that how they should behave, how they should give treatment to each other, how a man should behave like a man, how a human being should behave like a human being, because humanity is important. Humanity is always at the high private, we should give the priority to the humanity first. So that is a very important thing which Dr. Johnson is talking here. And to the reasonably observant man who has lived in the world, Shakespeare would provide through lively and pleasing functions, illustration and confirmation what he knows about human nature to live. So why William Shakespeare is very popular? So actually, Dr. Johnson has given that reason that actually William Shakespeare has observed the human nature, the general nature of human being, that how human beings are living in this world, how their desires are there, how they treat each other, how they fall in love each other, what is the that their desire, their ambitions, and all these things. And therefore, William Shakespeare has observed keenly and nightly and neatly, and he has represented all this observation in his plays. And therefore, whenever we watch his plays, whenever we read his plays, we feel that yes, this is the actual happening, yes, this is the reality, and therefore we love those plays. Therefore we want to watch those plays again and again, again and again, again and again, because of the power of William Shakespeare, because his plays are lively, his plays are pleasing, and therefore we really want it, because aesthetic values are there, aestheticism is there, and therefore we get that illustration, that confirmation of what human nature to live, that what we should live. So hey guys, I think we have completed 10 minutes. So here I am going to stop here, and we will meet in tomorrow again with the same topic. And tomorrow I think we should we are going to talk about the latter part of these chapter. And tomorrow actually we are going to talk about the different functions of uh, literature. So thank you very much.